Welcome back, diecast collectors. I want to show you some stuff that I got recently, and I actually shot this whole video earlier and forgot to turn on the mic, so I'm doing it again. But that's okay. Still the same cars that I had shot before, and I got some really cool stuff. You might have seen some of this stuff before, maybe not. Maybe you own some of this stuff, but this is all stuff that I've gotten recently. Starting off is Tomica Limited Vintage Neo. This is going to be the Lancia Delta HF Integrale 16 valve. And it came out last month, I guess, so this was the December release, I believe. And so this is version C and version D, so there's a version A and version B, and if I'm not mistaken, version A and version B is like a charcoal gray and a black, so I might need to go back and get those. Those are kind of cool, and if Tomica Limited Vintage, if Tomica ever comes out with the Martini, I'm definitely going to get that. But I wanted to look at these. I've got some other Tomicas that I got. I don't collect all the Tomicas, I just collect the ones that I like. The Ferraris definitely started me getting into Tomicas, Tomica Limited Vintage. But then, so I'm not a, I mean, if there's a Japanese car that I'm not, I'm not familiar with, I'm not going to get it just to get it. But when it's cars that I do like, that I do have a connection to, or that I think is really cool, like this Lancia, I grew up in Europe most of the time. So European cars have a little bit more, do a little bit more for me than the European one, or the Japanese ones do. But this looks pretty cool in just your basic white. I'll put that there, but wait until you see the color on this. If you have not seen this one yet, if you are a collector of Auto World, then this should be right up your alley. Look at the color on that. This is amazing. The color on the box does not do this justice. This is super cool. I'm really digging it in that deep metallic red. Almost like an ultra red. It's like a candy apple red. It's amazing. That's definitely a model to put on your to get list. Also, Tomica came out with another Ferrari. This is the F355 Berlinetta. I believe this is the third version of this. Maybe the fourth. There's definitely a red one. There might be a black. There might be a yellow. But this is a new color for their Ferraris. And it is this metallic, like slate blue. So like it's like a gray with a little bit of blue in it. It's really cool. And Tomica Ferraris do have an opening hood. The Lancias don't have any opening parts, but the Ferraris do have the opening hood, so you can view the engine, which is really cool. And I guess that's maybe somewhat to kind of help justify the little added expense, what you pay for the Ferraris on top of the Ferrari license. I'm trying to put this box back together with one hand, but that's super cool. And they're all like ultra clear windows, inserted taillights, inserted headlights if there's headlights. This has the turn signals are clear inserted plastic pieces. Definitely super cool. And then we have the Lamborghini. And so there's two colors There's this one and the yellow one, and the price went up a little bit more even for the Lamborghinis. And I want to say that this one came out first, and then the yellow one came out the next month. Or did they come out the same month? I don't remember. I think they came out a month apart. But this in the tomato red. It's not quite red, not quite orange. It's definitely cool. So you got your inserted headlight detail. You've got your inserted taillight detail. We've got opening engine cover, and we've got opening front area, not really a front trunk, but tire storage in there. And that's like super cool. And this is the P400. This is the SV. The yellow one's the SV, so it's slightly different. And so we'll look at that real quick. I'm gonna get it out. Great packaging on these, of course. So this is the yellow one, same great detail. Taillight, headlight, opening front, opening rear. Super duper cool. And if you look, the rears are slightly different. So they did change it up just a little bit in order to make that distinction with the rear. And there's a slight variation on those vents in the front and where the turn signals are. So very slight variation there as well, to have the difference between the P400 and the SV. So those are super cool. So that's your Tomica Limited Vintage. And then if we go just a slight step down from Tomica Limited Vintage, we have MiniGT. So these are, I would put these real close with Tomicas, but you're looking at a huge drop in price, really. And these come with these awesome boxes too, so you can like store your vehicles if you want to store them in there, if you can't display them all, because I know we all run out of display room, right? And so here we have the Land Rover Defender 110 in this great Red Bull livery. So it's in a satin black with the Red Bull on it. You've also got inserted headlight detail. This one's probably painted taillight detail, but it is a rubber tire on the back. And then this plastic roof rack that's on there. Super clear windows, rubber tires. These roll. There's a little more wiggle room in the axles than the TLVs, but these are metal body, metal bases too. I mean, if you don't know MiniGT by now, you need to get you some. If you like realism in your diecast, then MiniGT is definitely a way to get into some ultra premium diecast for just a little bit more than what you might be spending. Now I know that there are a lot of people who out there who just want to collect Hot Wheels, and that's fine. Hot Wheels is a big name. Collect what you like. But I like collecting these realistic cars. No opening features on MiniGT, but you get that inserted headlight detail, inserted taillight detail, rims that are unique to each vehicle. This one's got the stripes. This is the 2020 Corvette, black with midnight gray stripes. You get the rear window defrost printed on the rear window there. So that looks super duper cool. Also got the Liberty Work BMW M4. So let me know in the comments, what do you think about Tomica Limited Vintage? Do you collect it? What do you think about MiniGT? Do you collect them both? Do you have a comparison between the two? I mean, I almost feel like these are a little heavier. Maybe it's a little thicker. But man, I mean, whatever, like the detail that they put into these, it's pretty spot on. Those rims on this are super cool. And they're all true to scale. MiniGT is made by TSM, which is true scale models, so they strive for 1/64th scale. Oh, this is the, I'm opening it off camera, the HKS Toyota GR Supra, Ready Supra, got a body kit on it. In nocturnal, so it's black with those red rims, which is really cool. Now MiniGT does have chases. I don't have any chases for MiniGT, not yet. I don't know if I'm going to go after any of them. Some of them are real simple, where it's just like a wheel color change. Some of them are unpainted chases. Just depends on the model. But they have there's a chase for every model that they come out with. Here's the, this is number 239, the Mercedes-Benz 190E Evo, in a German racing livery. Again, nicely detailed rims. This even has the Mercedes emblem sticking up in the front. Extremely fragile. Made out of metal. Super cool. I love these DTM race cars. Number 247. Bentley Continental GT from the GP Ice Race. This one has a nice touch with the ski rack on top. I don't know anything about that ice race. I do think this is a cool livery on there. I love that the headlights and the turn signals are inserted. Love that they printed it on the grille. And they have soft rubber mirrors, so you can't mash them up too bad. I mean, you could break them if you really tried, but inserted taillights. Just super cool. Number 249 is the Ford GT in liquid blue. Unique rims again. Beautiful Ford blue, those white stripes. See, nice soft mirrors. We've got the flying buttresses where you can see through there. Which is pretty cool. Inserted taillights, probably inserted exhaust. Maybe it's part of the engine piece. I haven't taken one of these apart.
and all. They do have simple bases and screws, so if you want to take them apart, I guess you could. I'm not gonna. And last one for MiniGT that I have today, number 253, is the Corvette C8R from Sebring. This is number 3 car. They had several different ones. There's a couple different colors and numbers to pick from the IMSA Racing series for the Corvette C8R. I think there's two yellow ones and 2 gray ones that MiniGT has right now. Different numbers, slightly different sponsorship decal locations. But this is just sweet. Again, rubber mirrors, Sirius XM on the spoiler there. Super, super cool. And then I've got some Hot Wheels ID for us to look at. Here's the custom 67 Pontiac Firebird. There's that. So this is another version of Brennan Vituski's unpainted Firebird. Definitely a cool version. Looks good in Zamac. Now these have the Hot Wheels ID chip in the bottom, so you can scan them into your app. Keep track of how much you race it. Of course, now he's going to have to update his the tampos on these because he's changed the design of his car. It's got some Borla livery and a hood, so maybe we'll see that pretty soon. Well, that's pretty cool. And then another Zamac Hot Wheels ID. It's a Nissan Skyline GTR. It's a Fast and Furious livery, right? So we've seen that so far, we've seen the first few cases from 2022, and there's no ID chases this year. So I wonder if they're going to do more, if they're kind of slowing down the Hot Wheels ID line, if they're about to revamp it. I don't know. Do you collect Hot Wheels ID cars? Let me know in the comments. Yeah, this has got the stripes, but it doesn't have the other logos on here. So maybe this is Fast and Furious inspired. And not actually licensed, maybe. And then I also got this fun one. This is the Gotta Go 2. So this is based on the Gotta Go, and they changed it up a little bit for Hot Wheels ID. So now the cab is plastic. I think that's different, right? So all this is plastic, and the wheel doesn't make the seat go up and down anymore, but it's still a separate piece, so it can go up and down. It just doesn't. I thought that was kind of fun. Little toilet car. And then last but not least for today is this, the Porsche 911 GT3 RS. And this is a beauty in Spectraframe antifreeze. And that looks nice with just stock factory specs, simple tampos, and that just looks like a good model. So let me know which one's your favorite from here. What MiniGT or Tomica Limited Vintage do you have? Leave me some comments down below. Help me out by liking this video. If you don't subscribe, and we'll see you next time.